2 weeks before I got cold. He got concerned after a few days, well, probably a week or so. It wasn't getting any better. And then the next thing I remember, I just felt panicking. I couldn't breathe. I knew something was horribly wrong. Things were looking really bad. 6 or 7 weeks, and they just managed to make me survive, save my life basically. Things were going quite well. But it turned out to be a good thing because I went back to acute care, and then the consultant wanted to do a scan, and he noticed there was a massive shadow on my right leg. Turns out I had a massive blood clot with my leg. Got on top of that, infection, white cells were coming down, got another chest infection. Just the worst kind of nightmare. And it's not a dream, it's not like I'm in a dream. You know, I was in coma for weeks, and I remember every minute of it. Every minute was bad. Not just bad, it's like your worst nightmares. And of course, it's going to have an effect on your memory afterwards. Need more understanding for patients that come out of ICU. It's not just the physical side. The mental side can be just as bad. But that's a support on ICU, the actual ICU treatment I've gone for. I've been back several times as part of my therapy. And they said to me on the Saturday, bearing in mind this was like a weekend rehab, that it's all the criteria I could go over if I wanted. They didn't force me to. I said, of course I'm going over, it's been months. And then ambulance dropped me off, and that was it. And that's when the rehab really started. Nightmares. Every night. All the things that were happening while I was in the coma, basically. Really bad, really terrifying. And luckily, my physio at the time knew someone was involved with a new program here at Pinderfields for the clinical psychology for patients in ICU. So managed to get me on the waiting list. Managed to get to see obviously Nathan here, clinical psychologist. And we've been working on the PTSD now for 24 weeks. And I'm down, I had my first last week, my first week without a nightmare. So it went from averaging 4 at night to last week, first week since this period I didn't have a nightmare, so that was good.